here, 53 faction war. This is Catherine Purification Plant and Chaos versus Eldar for the blue Chaos team. We've got Matouzka as a Chaos Sorcerer, offensive and disruptive commander. Lotscape manipulation and control abilities, begins in melee combat alongside Hunter. Where's he gone? There he is, Plague Champion. Starts off range combat with a damage over time bolter. Can get melee weapons, some decent utility and support, can build turrets and repair, but is very slow. This is the Death Guard elite scheme. Rounding off this blue team then, Blessed is a Chaos Lord, durable and destructive commander, walks through objects and cannot be suppressed on powerful offense and disruption, fights mainly in melee combat. This is the Alpha Legion elite scheme. Yes, I think it is. What's Matouzka up to? Oh, Iron Warriors, awesome. With a red Eldar team then, furfreetorq. I believe this is yipyip, playing an Eldar Farseer, support commander that fights in melee combat with some awesome buffs and some powerful control abilities too. We also have another Eldar Farseer. This is yipyip. And round off the team is Tonberry as a Warlock, a melee commander that can leap into combat, some powerful offense, some awesome spells with some disruption and support. There he is, jumping in, knocking back the Sorcerer and the CSM model. Might see a hell of a lot of team fights on this map. The VPs are also relatively close together, so could see a lot of triple caps. We saw Eldar, of course, defeat Chaos a few days ago. But these are new players. New map, double Farseer for the Eldar, double CSM for Hunter and Blessed. Howling Banshees on the field for all three Eldar players. yipyip, of course, created this map, pretty good one as well. The Farseer has wings on, so it must be some fancy elite scheme I'm not aware of, and he's changed the colours maybe. Big engagement here though. Heretic, CSM, Banshees, Farseer support. Chopping stuff up and forced everything off. I thought they were going to stay in there. CSM were full hit points there. Meanwhile, on the contested VP, Eldar starting strong, and amongst that Plague Champion with Howling Banshees, and he can go down so quickly on retreat like that. Look at this. Taking down both of the enemy heroes on this side. CSM now moving up from Hunter. He's getting some havocs, as is Matouzka, and as is Blessed actually. Need to try and control the movement of these Howling Banshees. With Farseer support, they can be so scary. You've got Guide, you've got Fortune. Are you guys gonna... No, I was gonna say, are they gonna force a melee combat? But here comes some more Dire Avengers. They don't want to mess with 4 squads of them. And a little Power Bash. And some Power Bash on the east side as well from the Eldar. Very good start from them. This thing's not even loaded. Chaos Lord surely is going to get the combi flamer. We might see Armor of the Inferno from him as well, because late game might be some big team fights going on if you can disrupt and burn a whole bunch of Eldar at once. That's pretty handy. You see CSM strangely split up here. Now they're moving up to the heavy cover of this pipe, though the barbed wire is light cover, so could be a mix there, depending on exactly where they're standing. 2 contested wreck points over there that Eldar have both of, so that could be a massive boon early on. Havoc's now in play though, 2 of them. And they forced off a small contingent of Eldar. Here comes some Banshees though to lurk around. But they're not going to get involved with 2 Havocs, I don't think. So they're going to get a 2-to-1 cap, the blue Chaos team maybe. Unless yipyip can put some pressure on this natural VP. Looks like he wants to have a look at the power here. Blessed's Chaos Lord being shot to absolute hell. Maybe Dark Halo, with all this piercing DPS flying around. Even he might struggle to get into combat. Need some Corn Worship behind him perhaps. Howling Banshees with the aspect of strength. Let's have a look at all of them. All 3 aspects of strength, yes. To fight that early Blood Crush if it hits the field. We do have the 2-to-1 for Chaos. Good start for Eldar, but that was a Light Grenade, I guess, from the Plague Champion. There it is. Nicely hit with it. But Banshees don't care. Staying in combat and actually taking out a Havoc model there. These guys have a lessened version of the melee resistance aura that gives them the 20% resistance rather than 40. Hunter dropping his Heretics, needs to replace them and does so. Starting to solidify and stabilize a little bit on this west side now, the Chaos, with Matouzka's army led by his Sorcerer. Is going to have a look at the power, I think. 2 gens, no 3 gens on it. He's got some aspiring champion heretics to fight Banshees 1-to-1. That could go either way depending on other factors, support and the like. Nice kill of the week from the Chaos Lord. Trying to kill that Banshee model with his Demon Sword or whatever it's called. 26 DPS power melee, I believe. And those Banshees got ripped up. Plague Champion in retreat path trying to get his Black Grenade off. Can't quite hit it. Nice idea though. Guess he can start decapping this stuff. Nope. Yeah, we'll start decapping all the rep points. Trying to take them back. Got caught here, looks like it. Matouzka. Oh, there's the channeling runes on the Howling Banshees. Did he survive? He did not drop a squad, I don't think. Grenade Launcher Heretics getting out with very low hit points. But he does get out. Did he bash the power? He got one generator, I think. Unless more things were replaced. It's not too bad. A little bit of pressure on that power. He didn't want to get completely forced off though. He's going to have to concede that contested VP now. Contested power here being retaken. Had triple gens on it. Pretty crazy. So they're going to steal that now, the Chaos team. Tier 2 for Eldar. Falcon already on the way for Tonberry, and that's going to be awesome for him on that west side, supporting his Eldar. Matouzka's not even starting to go tier 2. Have a Return of War CSM. And upgrades for both of these Heretics and Havoc, so did spend a fair amount of power in tier 1. What is this? It's a Warlock going for the VP. Nicely done, Tonberry. Not resting on his laurels over there. Big fight coming up. 2v2 looks like. Oh, Fortune on these Howling Banshees, I think, but they did get suppressed, so were forced off anyway. They might need to do something about these suppression teams. How are they going to advance? Tier 2 vehicles, of course, is a way to at least make them swap out of those suppression weapons. You can also get some rangers and snipe things. Oh, little Eldar dance here. The Eldar jig. What are you up to, fellas? They took down. They were just really excited about shooting that generator, I think. Here's the Falcon. Transport vehicle for Eldar allows you to reinforce and move around your infantry models, and those of your allies, of course, can take 4 units at a time, as long as you're not big and fat like the Chaos Lord. That was Banshees lurking inside as well with the Executioner Spear. They are retaking the power there. Havoc's coming out of infiltration from the Zinch worship, but that's Howling Banshees on you, and they're not going to survive, surely. Oh, nicely done. Knocked back by the grenade barrage. Is it going to be enough from Matouzka? Quick thinking, although he did react rather sloppily to the arrival of the Falcon. I guess he wasn't to know that Banshees were inside, but why else would the Falcon be pulling up like that? He did drop his Heretics there, as you saw. Eldar keeping the pressure on. Dealing with the Havocs for now. When they're aware of them, they seem to be able to deal with them pretty well. Chaos Lord level 2. No war gear on this guy. Maybe the Demonic Visage thing to debuff the damage of all these Banshees getting in amongst their stuff. That's Mind War on the Plague Champion. He does deal with suppression very well, though. Still fires at the same rate and moves only 30% slower rather than, I believe it's 60% by default. That's the Ghost Helm of the Farseer doing that on yipyip. Also has Rune Armor up. 388. 405 on the VPs. Single cap for Eldar. They've had the best of the engagement, it seems like, but VPs are still very close. Double Falcons here. One from yipyip, one from Tonberry. Is there any AV? We do have some Plague Marines from Hunter. A Dreadnought on the way for Blessed. That could be a massive, massive deal. Get their natural VP back. Now it's the 2-to-1. Oh, autocannon from Matouzka did a hell of a lot of damage to the rear armor of that Falcon. Here comes some Howling Banshees though, and they are smacking around these Heretics. Got caught moving, which is why they were knocked back like that, and they wiped out. Couple of Heretic losses now for Matouzka. There's the Robes of Torment doing their chains on the Banshees. That could be very, very useful. Another engagement over here. Banshees doing really well in this game. Very aggressive usage, supported by the Falcons, of course. But this could be really bad for them. They're going to go down on retreat here. Just as I said, the Banshees were doing well. They immediately wipe. I curse them. It's the injured curse. Down goes this Falcon too. Nice little passage of play for Chaos. They dropped Heretics, but they wiped Banshees, upgraded Banshees, and took out a Falcon. This guy needs to get the hell out of here. What is he doing? Don't sit there taking Plague Marine shots. Looks like the Warlock's trying to tie him up. Nice Blight Grenade from Hunter. Really nicely done. These guys might want to get inside the Falcon because they're going to be ripped apart by the piercing DPS. No. Why are you running away, Mr. Plague Marines? That was very strange. I guess he wasn't to know that Matouzka was coming in to support. Trying to get some damage on these Banshees now. Havocs are going to set up with their autocannon ripping those Banshees apart. Banshees need to run away here. Don't think he realised quite in time that he didn't have... that they were stuck in the chains. This is a dead Falcon. Why he kept it around here so... pushed so far up, I don't know. He needs to get his Dire Avengers out of there. They don't even have their aspect, so they can't chuck a couple of grenades either, which would have been pretty useful. Here comes some Heretics. He's finally getting out there, Tonberry. Needless loss. I think the Warlock goes down. I think a needless loss on the Falcon there. Meanwhile, elsewhere, Chaos Lord's just hanging out. Some rude Dire Avengers trying to shoot him. He might go down here. I don't think he realizes what's happening, Mr. Blessed. Dark Creepers on the field for Tonberry with some Inferno damage. Oh, Fire Dragons for yipyip. Those rapid firing melter gun type things. Fusion guns, I believe they're called. Good damage versus all targets. Down goes the Chaos Lord in retreat, but should be able to get revived from there. Look at this. The natural power completely decapped on this east side. 298 to 405. Chaos have some strong armies on the field, but they're not converting that into map control quite yet on this east side, especially. They are retaking the west. Oh, look at this. Chosen Plague Marines on the field for Hunter. Now up to 4 models, as you can see. Got a series of nerfs, but 4 models means more damage on the same target, more damage over time going off, and it's still pretty damn strong. Howling Banshees level 2. No aspect still on these guys. We do have double Dark Reapers though, and that could be very painful. Does have the suppression. Gonna use his chains, there we go, and the Dark Flames. Dark Flames I think was reduced in cost. Nicely done, Matouzka. Dealt with that very, very well. He's going to need to come in far less blobbed up if he can. And that you saw Warp Fire there as well. Chains, Dark Flames, Warp Fire combo can be very nasty. Oh, Psychic Storm. I hate that thing. How long look how long it locks you down for. Does a ton of damage as well. Force melee combat, fellas. Too late. Might have been able to finish off those Banshees if he did. But they get away. Yeah, I think he definitely would have been able to finish them. Only 2 models left with 80 hit points. With no melee on retreat. Needed to get moving pretty quickly though. 266 to 404. Chaos starting to look a little stronger here. On this west side especially, Matouzka's done very well. Lost some Heretic squads, but he's got his chains going. He's got his crafty Sorcerer stuff going. Warlock though is dropped in by Tonberry, and he needs to get the hell out of here, Matouzka. Trying to stay in play to defend the VP, but he might have to retreat out here. You saw Tonberry shooting up the chains mass, which breaks all the chains. There is the retreat. What was a smart thing to do? Another player was coming in. D-Cannon is on the field for yipyip. In fact, all 3 Eldar players are tier 3. That power's being taken again. This is being noded. Blood Crusher on the way for Matouzka. Very late game Blood Crusher, but could do incredibly well for him. The only real threat on this west side are these Howling Banshees. We offer a Seer Council up from yipyip. Chosen Plague Marines blowing up. We see Nurgle's Rot creating some zombies. That is a singularity from the D-Cannon. Where the hell is that thing? Oh, it's over there. It's retreating now. I think he can maybe retake this Matouzka. He's got his Blood Crusher. He's got his chains. His Warp Fire. Should be able to deal with that, I would think. But the Warlock himself can do a lot if he gets his warp throws and ethereal slashes and that kind of thing. Even Merciless Witchblade to try and target that Sorcerer and drain his energy a bit could be great. There's that pinning fire from the Dark Creepers really messing up those CSM. Here comes the Blood Crusher though. It's a Bloodletter riding a Juggernaut, which is pretty nasty. Some heavy melee. Also counts as a demon, so you can worship the big fella. Really struggling, it seems, on this east side is Blessed. Power's under constant threat. Some Fire Dragons are going to hit it right now. Grenade on the Chaos Sword. It's got absolutely no war gear. Plague Champion now with Plague Fist, Pestilence and Blight Grenades. Should be forcing melee combat on these Fire Dragons, I think. Oh, they retreated anyway. CSM trying to take this VP, but Matouzka's Havocs have been caught and there's no way they are getting out of there against Seer Council. Buffed by Fortune, I think. Yep. And of course they have their own 15% range damage resistance that they also give to allies. More losses for Matouzka. Looks like he was concentrating on his Blood Crusher and his Sorcerer there. Didn't notice what was going on. But he's getting some support now from Hunter. Blood Crusher looks like it's going to live. There we see the channeling runes healing those Banshees, but they got a fight on their hands now. Chosen Plague Marines moving in. There's the Plague Champion, gets his Black Grenade off nicely, forcing off the Banshees as well. There's that fear factor on the Black Grenades. It often just makes people retreat immediately. Wow, that's a lot of damage on those Chosen Plague Marines there. A hell of a lot of damage. Got a cost increase, these guys. I think it's 200 red now. And I believe, yeah, I think the requisition and power costs are the same. But 200 red. Which is not bad. Get them instantly, of course, as well, which is really nice. furfreetorq leaping away over this bridge. Nicely done. 245, 308. Still pretty damn close on VPs. Hard to hold that west side for both teams here. Avatar of Cain, though, on the field for Z-Torq. Bashing power, of all things. It's gonna hurt. Do they live? They live. This guy gives you some crazy passive buffs. I believe he gives suppression immunity to nearby allies. And some kind of damage buff or something. I believe that's still the case. Sounds mental, but it's true. Suppression immunity. Can go down very quickly to Inferno Bolts from CSM, but I don't think we have any of them. Oh, Hunter's getting some right now. Deals with the chains pretty quickly there. Got a Blood Crusher now, getting a Dreadnought. Is Matouzka. Some Zinchi worship. Need to run away, heretics. They can't hold against two players, no way. Havocs with autocannons setting up here, but they're going to get caught by Seer Council if they're not careful. There's the fleet from them, and they do spot it and run the hell away. They need to get both players together here, the Chaos team, and go against this VP. Even a Blood Crusher getting shot down by Inferno Bolts. Inferno damage, I should say, from the Dark Creepers. But here's a Mark of Khorne Chaos Dreadnought, and that is going to wreck some faces of the Eldar. And of course, as a Chaos Sorcerer, he can walk him out of trouble. Seer Council really don't want to fight this guy in melee. Nothing does, really. What was that? Singularity going off. It was like it hit from some friendly fire on the Seer Council more than anything. 223, 296. Chaos pushing through now. Getting Avatar, says yipyip, and indeed he is. All three players, in fact, are going to have Avatar on the field pretty quickly here. Hunter and Blessed are tier 3. Matouzka opting to go for the Dreadnought instead, which is not a bad choice, I think. Tier 3 has some really good stuff going for it, of course. Eldritch. A pretty good one, too. Pretty good one. Is that the Doombringer? It is. That was pretty painful there. Black Grenades. Just put it on himself there. How can you blight a Plague Champion? It should buff him when it hits him. Fire Dragon is still packing a punch. There's some Nurgly worship for the Plague Marines, the Chosen Plague Marines even. 500 hit points per model now these days. They used to be a lot more, like 700 and something when there was 3 of them. Fire Prism on the way for yipyip. It's looking pretty good for Eldar with 3 avatars on the field. This guy's still going ballistic, and there's not a whole lot the Eldar can do about it back here. He must have used Blood Rage already, because he's missing energy over there. Banshee's starting to do damage here, and the sheer amount of firepower out of those Dark Reapers is doing damage too. Dreadnought had to be warped out. I was going to say, where's the warp? Avatars would have finished him off pretty quickly. They need to deal with his avatars. Much easier said than done, of course, but Markov, Zinch, CSM would be good. There's the cacophony from the Noise Marines. Avatar getting stuck into the Chaos Lord, who still has absolutely no war gear. Constant pressure on that power made it difficult for him to kick out his Chaos Lord, I think. CSM do have Marco Zinch over here. That's an Eldritch. Wiping out the Havocs, maybe? No, Havocs live. Everything lived somehow. Oh, maybe not. Those Ascals got chopped up. But I think they got away as well here. Eldar pushing through, overrunning everything on this east side. Getting smacked around the Chaos team. Avatars are running things. Plague Champion level 4. Might see him throw his black grenades out. There we go. A good throw. Chaos Lord again. He just hasn't been very effective, has he? Usually you see this guy holding up entire armies. Every time I come to have a look at him, he's running away, or is just about to. We do have a Chaos Predator. Help shoot down the Avatar. And shoot down Seer Council. Look at that. Can they retake the contested VP? Dreadnought still around, level 2, doing well. But Avatars are painful for everyone. Here's a Chaos Predator. Can they deal with this Avatar here? Oh, might have been able to if the Warlock didn't tie up the Havocs. Dreadnought's fighting some Banshees, doing pretty well. How has it been? Oh, Heretics there repairing it behind the wall. Predator moving up, needs to be careful. Oh, time field. Exactly what you want to see when you're losing. He's level 7 this Farseer now. This one's level 6, level 3 Warlock. Level 5 Sorcerer, got level 5 Plague Champion, and at level 4 Chaos Lord with no war gear still. Double cap for the Eldar. Can they do anything about it? Might even get a triple cap here. Could be all over. Could be beating Chaos again here. How much resources yipyip has. Doesn't really have the population to get anything tasty. Eldritch, that is a very nasty one. Holy crap, just exploded both of Blessed's CSM. We've seen like 4 Eldritch Storms go off. 76 to 296. I think it's all over for Chaos here. Landred of Phobos coming out too late for Blessed. Chosen Plague Marines knocked down by an allied cacophony. Couldn't get in on those Banshees there. Avatar gets away. They have used the Avatars well, Eldar. Got them out in very good time. And they started taking pressure. Started taking damage as well. There's a dead Predator tank. Nurgle Nuke. And Nurgle Imperial Abyss. But the chains might actually help this stuff here. Oh no, they're going to retreat through it. Banshee's wiped out. That was painful. But Eldar still have massive rosters. They are retaking this west side here. Blue team. And not giving up. This Predator needs repairs really badly. Phobos comes over here now. Blessed brings all of his stuff over here. What he has left. Got some Havocs. Got some Noise Marines. Phobos is always scary. What's Avatar, this Autark up to? One more hit from the Dreadnought. She would have gone down. Phobos now shooting stuff up. He's got that twin-linked heavy bolter on top. Should also have a storm bolter, but apparently when they tried to put it on there years ago, it kept breaking the Phobos. It'd be nice if they could get that fixed one day. Wailing Dooms, double Wailing Dooms. Plague Marines do not care about your Wailing Dooms, so they get right back up again. These guys are going to get away with a single model. These guys still getting shots on. He got a decap here somehow, did Hunter. Nicely done. And holds up the armies for a while. Holds up the avatars. Oh, but look at this. Sneaky Banshees are retaking their natural. They've got some support as well. These guys need to run away. Hunter's Plague Marine is going to go down. Loses them 42 to 241. Marco Zink's Predator tank. We have another Chaos Predator from Blessed. He's getting some CSM up as well. Not giving up here, the Chaos team. They've got the contested, but can they get their natural back? That's a fire prism to stop you capping stuff. Down goes a Predator tank as well. These fire dragons have been pretty vicious. Level 4. Single cap for Chaos. Eldar not retaking a natural over here. They're taking blue team's natural though. Though they're trying to. Not sure if these guys can stand up to the amount of crap being thrown at them. Nope, down they go. They did not finish the cap either. Chosen Plague Marines will try to cap it. Plague Champion should have tried to cap, I think. Could have put his Pestilent Strike down and he wouldn't have been knocked over by the Fire Prism. We'll see how these Chosen Plague Marines do. They're going after the Avatar, are they? They're taking a hell of a lot of damage is what they're doing. There's the Wrath of Cain. Sends things flying and does some damage and suppression. Eldar retaking the contested, or at least trying to. Double Mark of Khorne Dreadnoughts for Matouzka to try and rip apart this Avatar. I hear an Eldritch, there it is, going after the Phobos. Somehow the Phobos was not hit there, but has to drive forward straight into some Fire Dragons. There's a nuke from Blessed. The Phobos is going to go down, but they might also get down the Avatar. Finally, one of the Avatars goes down. There we go. 29 to 215. Eldar are going to take the contested, and that might be the end of it for Chaos. Hunters lost a lot. The double Dreadnoughts, a hell of a lot of fun to see though from Matouzka. GG says Matouzka. There's a double cap with 11 VPs remaining. It's all over. Put up a really good fight though, Chaos. Eldar started in top gear and just did not let up, especially on this east side. Huge amounts of pressure on the power. Blessed couldn't really handle it, and his Chaos Lord never really got going in terms of war gear. Level 8 Sorcerer at the end there, level 5 Chaos Lord, level 9 Farseer for yipyip, level 8 Farseer for yipyip, and Warlock at level 3 did have the Witchblade of Kurnus at the end, and Providence. There you have it guys, thanks for watching, hope you enjoyed it, and I'll see you next time.